points to 64. As Marshalinas taking on David Graham. They go to Comicius. Marshalinas again. Marshalinas on the drive down the middle. It's fouled by David Graham. No basket on the tip in from Tashenko. So the foul against Graham, who's really having nightmares with Marshalinas. They'll put Marshalinas at the free throw line.
You got to admire, Phil, this fighting spirit of these Boomers. They've played them 6 games in 8 days, and they still are fighting.
Yes, this has been a marvelous effort from him as Marshalinas lines up at the stripe again.
We shouldn't even shoot these. This guy never misses.
He's incredible.
Just getting to him.
He is undoubtedly one of the best players we've ever seen play in this nation. 73 to 64. As Graham goes to Bruton in the backcourt. So Graham pairing up with Bruton there. Bruton backing it off with inside they go to Bradke. Couldn't make the shot. Tarakanov back in the game for the Soviet Union. He's been a star throughout the series. So is this man, Comicius. And Comicius stays with it. Almost lost it. Tarakanov. Gaze goes to him. 3-point shot. No. Drive from Volkov. He took too many steps. So no basket for the Soviets. Here they come back to Andrew Gaze. Tarakanov closed on him. Didn't allow him the three-pointer. Cal Bruton finding David Graham for 3. No. Bradke with the rebound was hit by Marshalinas.
Well, Bradke doing a good job when he's come into the game. He's going to the boards really tough. He's using that size. Him and George make a big pair in there. And picking up that offensive rebound and the foul by Comicius.
The Aussie coach is up off the bench asking for 2 free throws. I think more in hope than expectation as Bruton stays with it. 3-point shot from Gaze. Off line it goes, but run down by David Graham. Keeps it alive for Australia. Off they come to Bradke. Gaze making the cut. So it's all Gaze at the moment on offense. Oh, he got hit from behind there by Marshalinas. No call. And Marshalinas stays with the ball to take them on. Oh, super play. What a play. Went to Volkov with it. Faked the first pass and gave him an easy one at the end. Gaze, taken on Tashenko. Arm round him. Dishes out. Cal Bruton with the ball. David Graham on the drive. Pull-up jumper. Can't make it. Was fouled, though.
This time, Marshalinas gets called with a foul.
So David Graham breathes a sigh of relief as he says, finally, this guy fouled me.
Great athlete, Marshalinas.
Marshalinas is going to sit with 20 points. Back comes shot. Volkov goes out. Goborov comes back. So they keep the stormtroopers coming.
And you see with the speed with which the Soviets can score, the Australians were down 7, all of a sudden down 11 within a space of about 30 seconds.
Graham off the strike, trims the lead to 10. 75-65. We've still got 10 minutes of basketball to go here. Plenty of time. David Graham with the second. The North Melbourne Giants backcourt player hits 2 off the free throw line. 75-66. And Sock being met at half court by Bruton. The pass was a good one to Comicius. Graham from behind couldn't stop it. And Comicius making one from the baseline. 77-66. And the foul goes against Tarakanov. So David Graham, he's really pulled out some fouls on players. He's given Tikhonenko trouble, Marshalinas, and now Tarakanov.
Well, he's the starting point guard for the North Melbourne Giants, and that's given him a lot of experience this year. As you see the foul on Tarakanov. Cal Bruton on the drive to the basket.
Rapke just couldn't grab the rebound. Oh, Calvin Bruton hitting Sock there, but Cal Bruton came up arguing. He reckons he got hit from the other side.
Cal on that drive thought he got bumped, and he's so small. Many times I think he gets bumped on almost every play he goes up for a shot.
Well, both teams in the bonus now because that's 8 team fouls against Australia, 7 against the Soviet Union, and 9:46 to go in the ball game. So we're going to see a lot of trips to the free throw line coming down the stretch here. But Teat Stock, the Soviet Union guard, lining up the stripe, hits the first of the 1-and-1 to give himself a second. And wobbles the second one in to make it 79-66, so they extend that lead to 13 again. Bradke wants the ball high, so they got high post now with Dorge as Bradke goes out wide to receive the ball.
Oh, look out.
He pitches it almost into the courtside box as well, saved by David Graham. And they're back behind the back pass from Cal Bruton. Wasn't a good one in the end. Away comes the Soviets with Comicius. And arches the shot over the top of John Dorge.
John Dorge, 6'10" and long arms, so that was a nice shot by Comicius.
81 points to 66. This game could get right away from Australia here unless they can hang right in there. David Graham from the baseline just can't connect. And the big man Tashenko just reaches the arm up there and pulls it in. 3-on-3, Tarakanov behind the back. Have a look at that one if we can. And the foul coming from Cal Bruton. Yeah, we can't bring that back to you, but Tarakanov passing the ball behind his back there. A bit of showboat stuff.
David Graham gets a hand of applause. He did a fine effort on the court. Mark Bratke also takes a rest.
So it's Wayne Carroll and Larry Sengstock coming back. Get a couple of starters out there.
Is this confidence or what, Phil? They have Tarakanov on the free throw line.
No lineup.
The other 4 players are down the other end saying, "We know you can make it, mate."
Sergei Tarakanov. The veteran players on the Soviet lineup these days. He's been very good 6-man on the team. Comes in and hits 2 off the free throw line and vindicates the confidence of his teammates. 83-66 and under 9 minutes to play in the final test in the Wang Super Challenge.
That's a nice little matchup. Cal Bruton at 5'9". Tarakanov defending him 6'9". John Doors goes inside.
And is fouled as well. He'll go to the free throw line. And Tachenko's foul is his first. So Dorge lines up at the strike. So John Dorge, the Brisbane Bullets centre, chicken farmer by trade, lines up at the free throw line and makes a 3-point play of it. 83-69. So Australia hanging right there at 14. Just haven't made up that break that the Soviets made right after half-time. Tachenko showing a baseline drive and draws a foul out of John Dorge.
John Dorge is all I was trying to do is get out of his way. I didn't mean to hit him, really.
There's a whole lot of him to try and get out of the way of, though, as Tachenko tries to make the baseline drive. And, yeah, fair call, too, because Dorge never had the feet still at any time, was always going sideways. And Tachenko.
The Soviets, not as much confidence with Tachenko. They got 2 guys in there this time.
Yes, he makes 2 off the line, though, so maybe they'll treat him with a bit more respect next time as the Soviets extend the lead to 16, 85-69. Cal Bruton for 3 and makes it. And that's just about Cal Bruton's first shot, isn't it?
I don't think I've seen him take a shot. He was 0 for 4 last night, not very happy with his game. But tonight he comes banging, out banging.
Yes, he needs to hit a string right now is Tarakanov. Easy shot for him as he left Andrew Gaze behind him. 87 points to 72. Back comes Bruton for Australia. See if he can put it together. Off the free throw line. Can't hit. But the reason he can't hit, he was fouled in the act of shooting. And the foul goes against Komicius. So Valdemaras Komicius, the Soviet captain, fouls Calvin Bruton and sends him to the free throw line.
Komicius and Sok are both very talented backcourt players. They've been very steady throughout the series. And along with Marcelinus, have done the bulk of the scoring for the Soviet team throughout the 6 games.
Cal Bruton, who naturalised a number of years ago to play for Australia, had to serve a 3-year qualification as a citizen before he could take his spot wearing the green and gold. Makes 1 of 2 off the free throw line, and a foul immediately by Larry Sengstock. Whacked the arm. Gorbarov will send him to the free throw line at the other end for 1-1. So the players just take their kit and caboodle and walk to the other end, and we'll have 1-1 from Gorbarov, the young Soviet centre.
Phil, I think you'll find that's the first shot that Cal Bruton's missed from the free throw line during the whole series, and he's pretty annoyed with himself about it.
Yes, he's had a tremendous record there from Debbie. As I'm glad you pointed that one out. 16 of 16 he'd hit before that. But he went to crank up on a 3-pointer then. But Wayne Carroll will take one. Tip in from Larry Sengstock. Off the Soviets' hands. Off Teat Sock last, and it's Australia's ball.
A good job by both Sengstock and Dorge to battle that offensive rebound department and keep the ball freed, and Australia picked it up.
And a screen there from Larry Sengstock. He was grabbed by Tarakanov, and away they come. Here's the 7-footer bringing the ball up the floor. Gorbarov into the hand to a 7'3". So what sort of a fast break's that?
It's a 7-foot to 7'3". Andrew Gage with the easy 2.
And I'll tell you what, as Adrian Hurley stalks the sideline, Teat Sock was none too happy about that one. He was yelling at his teammates.
24 points to Andrew Gaze.
And they go to Tarakanov, looked at the 3-pointer, takes it inside, almost lost it there. Gorbarov got it back. Sock, Tachenko, waiting for a handoff. It's Gorbarov. Tarakanov making some space on the inside. On a runner, scores.
Nice drive by Tarakanov.
89 points to 75. 7 minutes to go. The crowd starts to get behind the Boomers to try and bring them home over this final 7 minutes. This has been an arduous series for both teams as Carroll scores.
That's the type of shot that we wanted Wayne Carroll to take. Nice, easy jumper from 15 to 18 feet, knocks it down.
89-77. The Sock giving Bruton quicks. Oh, stolen by Cal Bruton.
They shook hands at the beginning of the game, didn't they? Introductions, and Cal just said, I want to shake hands again.
He almost stripped his knee guard off him as he went past him. Calvin Bruton at 5'9", took the 7'3" bloke on, but oh, gee, that was a bad miss from Comitius. They run that play well, often out of bounds to Comitius. Pull-up jumper for 3 from Andrew Gaze. And back to a 9-point game.
The crowd's going nuts.
They're in the courtside boxes. Nobody's taking a drink, nobody's eating their food. They've got their eyes glued to this. Sock into the hands of Comitius with Wayne Carroll right up at him. Post-up play from Gorbarov, high off the glass. So the young Soviets had a scores off the window. Bruton pushes it back into the hands of Larry Sangstock. 2-point shot from Calvin Bruton. 91-82, under 6 to go. Tarakanov in reply.
Come on.
And Bruton fighting for the ball. Bruton was absolutely creamed by Tarakanov. It's really picked up.
You see Cal Bruton come up here. He's going for the ball. The two of them.
Oh, wow.
Boom. Ray Porter comes back into the ball game. John George gets a great hand as he leaves the game.
Dr. Naismith invented this game about 100 years ago as a non-contact sport. Gorbarov turns around, can't hit the shot. And a foul on the play. It's gone against Larry Sangstock, and it's put Gorbarov at the free throw line. So 5 minutes and 46 seconds remaining. Third personal foul on Larry Sangstock. Gorbarov to shoot 2 and makes the first. I tell you what, this Soviet team has got some talent at centre, haven't they? They left Arvydas Sabonis at home. He, this big 7'2", world's best centre, has a bad Achilles injury. Gorbarov makes 1 of 2. Ray Porter drags in the rebound. Wayne Carroll runs the baseline. 3-point shot from Andrew Gaze. Believe it. Look at the Aussies.
I think he was out of bounds on that one. The people in the box offered him a drink.
92 points to 85. Gorbarov on the inside. He's fouled again. I think it's against Sangstock again. So Larry Sangstock's 4th foul.
He's 30 points now, Phil. 30 points. He has 8 3-pointers. And has hit a percentage that really Daryl Pierce hit last night. And finally, someone from the Australian backcourt is hitting at a consistent rate.
If we can see Andrew Gaze's father.
Missed that first free throw.
Andrew Gaze's father is sitting in the corner, and he was absolutely expressionless then. Gorbarov scores, and the score 92-85, back to a 7-point game. But boy, this kid's hot. 21 years of age, Andrew Gaze for 2 this time, double pump and got hit.
Marcellinus, the best defensive player the Soviets have, has now been put on to Gaze, so they've gone with their best to try and stop this hot hand. 93-85, 8 points down and 5 minutes and 10 seconds to go. Andrew Gaze brings it to 7, and he can bring it to 6 with his next free throw. 31 points to the 21-year-old.
Andrew Gaze lines up at the stripe. What a super game he's having.
There's 32 points.
There's the Aussie bench as they trim it to 6. 93 points to 87 with 5 minutes to go. Sock with Bruton on him. And the Aussies are playing this one out right to the crunch. Gorbarov again. He's done some damage in the